Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus, home of Guam's first and only lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit carsplusguam.com for details. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on Primetime. In a press conference this afternoon, the governor explained what it'll take to reopen Guam's tourism industry. Plus, how will Governor Leon Guerrero spend the $661 million direct appropriation from the American Rescue Plan? And the very latest with local stimulus checks mandated by the RISE Act.
Hafa and good evening. I'm Tyler Matanani. Today, Governor Leon Guerrero announced her plan to reopen the tourism industry. In a news conference, she explained that it will rely heavily on achieving a high vaccination rate and easing the current quarantine protocols. Nestor Lecanto reports.
We've been discussing.
They're calling the plan the path to half.
If we are fully vaccinated, 50% of our adult population, this is 16 years or older, by May 1st, we will reopen our borders to travelers.
That equates to about 62.5 thousand people being vaccinated, which Public Health Medical Director Dr. Felix Guerrero says they are on pace to meet. Once achieved, the travel protocols will be changed so that anyone arriving on Guam with a negative PCR test within 72 hours will not be subject to quarantine.
But they must download the COVID Alert app and must enroll in SARA Alert for 14 days. If they do not have that negative test, they will follow our current protocol. In other words, they will have to go to quarantine in government facility.
In the meantime, they will prepare for the eventual arrivals by cleaning up the island and also prioritizing the vaccination of tourism industry employees. There's one issue, though, that still needs to be resolved. It's when visitors return to their home countries.
Big goal is trying to figure out how to provide testing so people leaving Guam can get tested and don't have to quarantine. That is still in discussion.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Meanwhile, the governor has still not yet released details of how she plans to spend her $661 million direct appropriation from the American Rescue Plan, even as Republican senators are pushing out a series of bills to appropriate at least a portion of the money.
Do I have details of it? No, I don't have details to the level of, okay, this is how much you're going to spend for pens. This is how much you're going to spend for paper. No, I don't have that. The general concept is that it's going to go into the hands of the people. It's going to be a priority for those that are negatively impacted by COVID.
She also reiterated her commitment to spend almost half of the money, $300 million, to build a new hospital.
I feel that this opportunity to now set aside some funding that we wouldn't have to provide, or that we wouldn't have to put our people in debt, is, I think, a great use of this money.
But some in the legislature have questioned allocating that much money for a project that's still several years away instead of on more immediate needs.
I am going to get the input of the senators. I already told them that once I develop my plan, like I did with the coronavirus fund, they will get it. And they can have as much input as they can.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
1 year later, Governor Leon Guerrero gives herself a top grade for the handling of the COVID pandemic. The administration began a news conference today with a self-produced video summarizing the events of the past year and explaining how it responded. We asked the governor how she would rate that response and if she would do anything differently.
I think we were flexible. I think people in my team were very united. They were very cooperative. They were very supportive. And we were leading with participative input and ideas from people. So, no, I don't regret any of the decisions we made, and I rated an A+.
The governor also based her rating on the fact that many lives were saved, pointing to a FEMA projection that more than 3,000 Guamanians might die if the virus was not controlled. Local stimulus checks mandated as part of the RISE Act remains under legal review. Peter Santos has the latest.
It's not clear whether the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration will follow through in making local stimulus payments as mandated in the RISE Act, which the governor allowed to lapse into law last year. Instead, she has tasked her legal team to review the law in coordination with the Attorney General's office.
So there's concern there, Nestor, about not allowing government employees or retirees to take advantage of the RISE Act. And I think that's the major one. And also in discussion of, as a result of the American Relief Plan, which gives $1,400 to the dependents, and also, of course, $1,400 to single filers who are below $75,000, and of course, $2,800 to those joint filers who are below $150,000. And does that federal piece of legislation then supersede the RISE Act? So do we still have to abide, or it's become now a moot issue since the American Rescue Plan now is stepping in to provide that EIP plan?
The RISE Act was authored by then Senator Regine Bisco-Lee. It prioritized the use of federal funds to pay for the local stimulus program to struggling families, excluding GovGuam employees and retirees. The amount ranges from $800 to single filers and $1,600 for joint. If federal funds weren't going to be used, the law authorized $30 million in transfer authority to the governor to make the payments. When the governor allowed the legislation to lapse into law, she wrote a message to senators calling the bill's intent, quote, laudable, but authorization to transfer money from funds that are all shortchanged already in the current budget is tantamount to an empty promise. The governor also expressed concerns that treating local and federal government employees and retirees different from the rest of Guam's taxpayers is discriminatory and could undermine the integrity of the RISE Act. Senator James Moylan has been requesting the governor to implement the RISE Act, and just today, Democrat Senator Pito Terlahi, who was the co-sponsor of the measure, called for its implementation. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.
The local Catholic Church now says it is okay for Catholics to take the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Is the Johnson & Johnson vaccine morally acceptable?
Yes, it is morally acceptable.
Okay, just as Pfizer and Moderna are morally acceptable.
Correct, yeah.
In his pastoral message last week, the Archdiocese raised concerns with the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccines because of the use of abortion-derived cell lines in its development, test, and production. Archbishop Burns on the link clarified that if there is no choice but Johnson & Johnson, then it's okay to take it based on the grounds of human dignity.
So basically you're saying that
Big
if
simple.
we hope that the government will give us a choice, and if there is no choice, then
go ahead and take it anyway.
the Johnson & Johnson.
Bingo. Thank you for that.
For the economy, that's the reason the governor's Physicians Advisory Group is looking to change what we base our herd immunity numbers on. Currently, they are based on the number of people who are fully vaccinated on island. According to PAG chairperson Dr. Hoa Wen, the group is looking at using the number of first doses administered instead.
The idea about look at the herd immunity is that safe enough to open our economy is that if the Johnson & Johnson is 75% or so efficacy, then technically, if you look at the number, the Moderna and the Pfizer at the first dose, they also about the same. So, you know, for us to open our economy, we can count the first dose of Moderna and Pfizer as part of the herd immunity already, rather than wait until people have the second dose. But we have to approach it carefully to make sure that people understand that this is strictly for our economy, but you still need to finish your second dose of Moderna and Pfizer, and do not go without it in order to have your completion to get you at 95% efficacy.
According to Dr. Wen, the ultimate decision lies with public health and the governor. The governor, during her State of the Island address, announced two things related to the Guam Memorial Hospital. The first being that hospital administrator, Lillian Posadas, will work toward regaining hospital accreditation, and second, that money will be set aside to build a new hospital. According to an April 2020 Army Corps of Engineers report, both will come with a hefty price tag.
The governor has made it clear she wants to build a new hospital and plans to set aside $300 million from the $661 million in American Rescue Plan funding. According to Hospital Administrator Lillian Posadas, the Hospital Planning Task Force will be convening either this week or next week to continue discussions.
With the task force, and first we need to really come together and do a feasibility study, what this hospital is going to look like, what the bed capacity, how many beds, what kinds of services are we going to provide in this hospital, inpatient, outpatient, and also preparing for possibly another pandemic.
Posadas admits the $300 million for a new hospital isn't enough. Matter of fact, according to the April 2020 report issued by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the construction of a new facility with current building codes and hospital accreditation criteria would come at a price tag of $743 million, including $21 million to support reaccreditation. According to Army Corps of Engineers assessment, GMH will require $21 million immediately for repairs to support the reaccreditation of the facility and eliminate hazards to life, health, and safety. The repairs consist of roof replacement, exterior building repairs, HVAC repairs, life safety repairs, and fire sprinkler repairs. According to Posadas, she and her team are working on reaccreditation but are deciding whether they should stick with a joint commission.
There are other accrediting organizations, and so we're going to be reviewing and comparing which one will be the most cost beneficial for GMH for Guam, because the Joint Commission accrediting organization, they're quite pricey. They charge a lot of money, and so we're going to try and see which accrediting organization is also at the level of the CMS standards of conditions of participation.
GMH lost accreditation in July 2018. As for a new hospital facility, the governor is working with the Department of Defense to build it on excess federal land, possibly at Eagles Field in Manilao.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Gila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
Give me that fish. Try double filet sandwich for double the flavor. Just in time for Lent for a limited time. Served all day.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Welcome back. Despite the rush to get island residents to join the vaccination, another vaccination clinic was held today, but for the island school children. But with COVID vaccination clinics, homebound vaccinations, and community testing still ongoing, last-minute shortage of staff members ended up causing hours of delay and extra stress. Here's more on today's Gdoe Public Health Student Vaccination Clinic at George Washington High.
3 meetings, 3 weeks to prepare, 4 different schools to service in one day. But when the day finally came, only 16 Gdoe registered nurses were available to administer vaccines to students. Gdoe School Health Counselor Betty Diaz.
We have been asking our supervisor for the last 3 weeks to stick to the schedule that we had. We had a schedule given to us approximately a couple weeks ago. And then just at the last minute, when something happens and public health calls and needs our staff, then we fall short of trying to reach our goals.
On Monday, Gdoe, in conjunction with the Department of Public Health's Immunization Program, held a vaccination clinic at the GW High School gym. PPD, Tdap, HPV, MCV, and the flu vaccine were all available to 4 Gdoe schools.
Parents don't bring one child, they'll bring like 4. So that means we have to set up, fill out 4 forms, set up 4 sets of vaccines, and it's very complicated. It's not like COVID, one, boom, you're done. This is a lot of, and then we have to ask if they're sick, make sure they're okay, if they didn't have reactions. But I'll tell you, our nurses, we just keep on going.
The nurses were split between giving shots and conducting assessments leading to long wait times.
If we had more people in this room to assess, we could go faster, but right now we just do the best we can. The sad thing is, there's so many nurses, but they get pulled sometimes, and they're out at the public health scenes, and we are trying to help public health, but we can't help it that we have such a big shortage on Guam.
And with not one DPHSS personnel on site, Gdoe RNs along with GW staff were left to run the entire vaccination clinic. Although every person at a white table in the gym was an RN, the nurses were split between giving shots and conducting assessments leading to long wait times.
Stop planning things on our days, laugh out loud, because we need our nurses here. We need them here to help us administer these vaccines and get moving. You know, they make a skeleton when they utilize them somewhere else, so that makes us slower.
At the end of the day, Diaz said they feel exhausted and overwhelmed, but they continue to work for their students and the community.
2 people were arrested by Department of Agriculture conservation officers Friday night in the Dandan Malolo area. According to a media release, 38-year-old Vincent A. Flores and 36-year-old Joshua Terlahi were arrested after conservation officers pulled them over as they were leaving the area. They were arrested for the violation of the following: protection of wild animals, use of artificial light prohibited, illegal possession of a firearm, and no firearm identification. Flores was also charged with possession of a controlled substance. Terlahi is the son of Public Safety Oversight Chair Senator Pito Terlahi. Senator Terlahi issued a statement, quote, "I do not condone their actions, and as with any adult, they must take responsibility for the consequences of those actions after they are given due process. No one is above the law." And on Saturday evening, 30-year-old Timo Timothy and 37-year-old Rick Sin Chol were arrested for illegal fishing. While on marine patrol, the Department of Agriculture Law Enforcement Section conservation officers conducted a check-in at Atang Reef Flat Marine Preserve area. A total of 30 assorted reef fish and miscellaneous fishing paraphernalia were confiscated. Conservation officers patrolled the marine preserve areas to protect fish habitat and our natural resources. In regional news, since Friday, the CNMI has reported a total of 10 positive cases of COVID-19. According to the timeline, on Friday, the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation reported 1 new case and another 3 on Saturday morning. By Saturday evening, an additional 4 individuals tested positive, bringing 2 total to 8, and then late this afternoon, the CHCC indicated 2 more have since tested positive. The CHCC, along with the COVID-19 task force, identified 49 individuals through expanded contact tracing. All of them were isolated away from the community, with investigations still underway to identify high-risk contacts. At this time, the CHCC is not seeing a widespread of community transmission. Coming up, our Dave Delgado has a rundown of local sports, and still to come, this week's women-driven segment. You're watching KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más.
Good news, friends. My triple bonus jack combo is back. The triple meat and cheese you need, the secret sauce you love, plus curly fries and a drink. It's a pretty legit combo, and it's just $5.99, only at Jack in the Box.
We get it. Living to the fullest is tough during COVID-19. You don't need to do it alone, and everyone needs a hand right now. We are here. Feeling overwhelmed? Call 647-8833 and let's talk. Mangagihem is a project of Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center.
Whether you use your truck for work or play, you can count on Ram trucks. Built to deliver today and built to deliver for many years to come. Here at Cars Plus, it is Ram Truck Month, where you can get the best deal on a new Ram 1500 starting at a new low price of $31,995. You can call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule your test drive today.
The well-intentioned friend. You can count on him to go get food. Gas, not so much.
Says he's sorry.
At least he's also a I brought a taco and burrito cravings pack friend. Only at Taco Bell.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On this show tonight, ESA girls softball. The GW Geckos staying undefeated so far this season. Also on the show tonight, IIAAG boys beach volleyball. Check it out. The GW Geckos and Teason High Titans took to the diamond for their ESA Softball League matchup. The girls picked up where they left off during their first game. G-Dub on defense in the bottom of the fourth inning, leading 34-2. Last meeting was postponed because of darkness. The defense retired the side and went on to win 34-2 to improve to 4-0 on the season. After a short break, the ladies stepped back onto the field for their scheduled game. Geckos jumped ahead early 4-0 behind a Hana Cruz 2-run double. The Titans got shut out again in their next at-bat, going 3-out. GW added to their lead after a bases-loaded walk scored another run. The home team poured on 7 more runs to lead 12-0 after 2 complete innings of play. Janique Pangilinan hit an RBI single in the third, scoring Rocky J. Mesa, who got on base with a walk. Sophia Cruz doubled in the bottom of the fourth. Teammate Rocky J. Mesa's 2-out double scored Cruz to put GW ahead 14-0. Doreen Salvador closed out the game with an RBI single for the 15-0 win. Geckos stay undefeated at 5-0.
So when we first started, we didn't really have much girls being cleared, and from there, when we started to have our girls being cleared, we continued to work from day one all the way up to this day. I shout out my coaches for guiding us a long way. So I think it's just how we practice every day. We practice mostly everything, but mostly fielding. So I think fielding would be our strongest point.
It feels great. It really does. Being in the house for almost a year, I'm just glad I'm on the field again. This team really grew. It came a long way, and I love them. They're like, I don't know, they're like family. They're family to me. Our batting was there. It was good. and I just love to have fun with my team, and as long as everyone has fun, I think that's it.
Big shout out to Academy's Olivia Solis on hitting a 2-run homer against the JFK Islanders to help her team pull off the 13-10 win. It was a back-and-forth battle before the deep ball put the Cougars ahead for good. With the win, Academy improves to 3-1-1 in the ESA Girls Softball League. St. John's Beach volleyball players Aiden Johnson and Cameron Kelly defeated Guam High's Trayden Rosario and Kian Farron in 3 sets, 21-14, 12-21, 15-8. The win puts the Knights record to 2-1 for this year's IIAG boys beach volleyball season.
First set, we went into the game confident, as we always should, and then we got that dub. And then second set, I think we tried to go a little bit more on the fancy side and just kept sending it on 2, and it was really sloppy. Didn't go the best, and then we just started playing the regular game. Third set, we brought it back and we got the dub real quick.
It's really nice playing with the same person a long time, because you know each other. We know how each other play. I know when he's gonna go on 2. He knows when I'm gonna go on 2. It's and we have the thing is we have the court really divided. Like, we know whose ball that was when it drops. So it's really nice knowing where everything goes, and just it's great. It's great. The camaraderie between us, it's good. We're great friends outside the court most of the time, but you know.
That's it for sports. We're back right after this.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Swim on in for Ruby Tuesday Seafood Sensations and enjoy your favorites from the sea in perfect time for Lent. Get hooked on lobster mac and cheese, the salmon loco moco, or the deep sea pasta. There's a bounty waiting for you on the RT Seafood Sensations menu at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
With March being Women's Month, tonight in our Women Driven segment, we feature another amazing woman entrepreneur making her mark.
Meet Mika Dunnigan, founder and creator of Everything in Between. The small business started back in 2019 with Dunnigan offering virtual and personal assistance services. But then the coronavirus pandemic hit, forcing the mom of two to get creative.
I started doing grocery delivery on Guam, and I was kind of the in-between versus the name. I was the in-between for people to get their groceries safely when it was very, very hard for people to step foot outdoor because they're paranoid or nervous or high risk, whatever the reason may be, just to make their lives easier. So I started doing grocery delivery with myself and my partner, and we kind of just went off, and we would be in Payless buying groceries, putting it together, delivering it to them wherever it may be.
With a lot already going on, she then had to deal with her daughter's bout with eczema on her face, which would flare up. She went online, did research, and ended up creating a product, Magic Balm, which would inspire the start of her own line of handmade beauty products in early May of 2020.
I create new products every quarter, if not every month, and bring it to the people of Guam. And I have actually also reached so many people off island who are from Guam, or even have just heard from friends who are off island and see them posted and whatnot. It's been crazy. My following has grown so much. We push out so many orders a day back here, not only local orders, but off island orders. I've now created a subscription box with like all new exclusive products.
One product that stands out is one created for the 10th birthday of a special girl, Taya, who had battled and beat cancer twice.
One of them just really stuck out to me, which was our So Fresh So Clean, and it's a lip balm scrub, and it has fresh strawberries in it. So I was like, what can I do to give back to the community, because they trusted me, and I was able to donate $500 to Make-A-Wish off of those proceeds for the month, and that's like one of my dreams, was to always be able to do that, and so it's just crazy. I'm getting emotional thinking about it, but it's really just been such an honor. I'm just really happy that the community has been very supportive of myself and of the products I've created.
Dunnigan's business continues to thrive and has even moved from a home office to now her own shop in Tamuning.
The response from the community has just been completely overwhelming and unexpected, and I'm just really, really blessed and humbled and grateful.
So what does it mean to be a woman-driven business?
It's very empowering, especially because I'm a mom. So seeing all these other women like come together and support each other. There's been other people who have created handmade products, and some things that I create too. We have similar products, but being able to support each other and not feel like it's a competition, but more so like unite each other. It's just been really like fun to be a part of and see, and it just shows that what happened during this pandemic hasn't destroyed people, it's really brought everybody together. What happened during this pandemic hasn't destroyed people, it's really brought everybody together.
If you would like to know more about everything in between, head on over to Instagram and follow their page. As for what the future looks like for Dunnigan,
I've slowly been expanding and investing in things to help make larger batches and bring more product to people. So we sell out so fast sometimes, it's like we announce a new product and then people want to get it, but we're like sold out within an hour, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to say. I thought I made enough, so you have to wait until next week or when we restock. And so just expansion, if I could put it down to one word.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on March 15th to Jake Santos, who celebrates birthday number 17 today. Your Uncle Jesse Chargaloff, Marvin, Luke, and Jerika Santos are sending you all of their love. Deidre Borrow, happy birthday to you, who resides in Georgia. To my birthday buddy, we wish you many continuous blessings today and always. Love and miss you, Bula girl. Have a beautiful day from Trish, Benny, and the boys. David Benevente celebrates birthday number 10, and Daddy, Mommy, Sissy, and the rest of the family are wishing you a happy birthday and sending all of their love. Trisha Rosalind, happy birthday to you, and may God continue to bless your soul. Love, Jaron, Noah, Caden, Isaiah, Odin, and your hubby. Also, happy birthday to John Uggan, who turns the big 5-0 today. Happiest of birthdays to you, coming from your entire family, most especially your sister Joan, and they say we love you. Kaylin Marie Farron, happy birthday number 11, coming from your family. And a single belated birthday wish tonight going to Jessica Renee Cruz, who was born on the 13th. Happy belated blessed birthday. Stay safe and keep thanking the Lord.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Thanks for watching. Good night and stay safe.